Good morning, crazy people. I am up and at it again. I'll tell you, since I stayed up all night a week ago Sunday, I have not had a good night's sleep. I'm on the rough edge, man. But do feel very energized after coming here and doing this stuff. So, a few things today. And I seem to park where everybody who goes into the 24-hour or the cleaners parks and runs in, runs back and forth. So if you see people running, that's all it is. All right, so I wanted to say first, I was working out in there, and we did kickboxing today with Delisa, and it occurred to me that, if I had the kind of coach or something who was, for lack of a better term, like a drill sergeant type of coach, right? And would say, you think that's a push-up, give me more, or something like that, where they're kind of pushing but insulting at the same time. I know that inspires some people. Me, I would end up in the bathroom in the fetal position crying my eyes out. That would not work for me. But here, I'm just really impressed with the way Delisa handles it. Maybe it's just intuitive for her. Some people, things like that are. But it's just, okay, here's what we're going to do and go. And then it's encouragement for all the progress that you make and just to keep fighting. It's not like a demand for perfection, but you just make progress. And that, I think, is one of my favorite adages. Progress, not perfection. If you can make progress, that's good. That's good enough. And she also reminded me when I came in there today that I had to weigh again. I'm getting nervous about that. But I'm kind of excited because I did start tracking. You can go on MyFitnessPal, Jenny K weighs in and stuff like that. If you want to join me and follow along, you can see what I'm eating and stuff. I don't always close out the day because I'm not sure if I'm going to eat one last thing before I go to bed, but I can do that. That's a small thing that I can do. And so I'm tracking again, and that's really cool. All right. So continuing on in the thing I've been talking about, 5 ways to increase your stick-to-itiveness. That's probably backwards where he's saying it. But anyways, 5 ways to increase your stick-to-itiveness. Point number 2, change your grip, not your goal. Okay, I think this is an important thing because I know for myself, I set a plan, and if I can't meet that plan that way, I stop. It's too discouraging. So the first thing in the article, it says the first point is discouragement is the natural enemy of stick-to-itiveness. Yet discouraging situations are inevitable. Did you get that? Discouraging situations are inevitable. There's no matter what, you're going to have setbacks. You're going to have things you have to fight to overcome. They will happen no matter what. So keep that in mind. And when we get to plateaus like that or discouragement, you just want to stop. You think it's going to be too hard and you just don't want to keep going. But keep going. And so the adage in here, change your grip, not your goal. Here's the story. And it's about a golfer. And if you know me, you know how ironic me using an athletic analogy is. But, okay, so this golfer was struggling and he reached a plateau and he couldn't get any further. He was actually a businessman, but the guy who's wrote this article used this as an example for him. That he went and he had some training with a professional golfer, right? And the professional golfer just had him alter the way he gripped the club just a little bit, and it changed the game. It took him off of a plateau and helped him to make more progress. So he altered the grip, but he didn't quit. Does that make sense? Alter the grip. When the veil of discouragement descends or when results seem to paper off, that is the time to look for slight changes, to alter the grip, not to quit. That's the time to make a fresh start, but in a slightly different way. Keep the goal, merely change the approach. Despond only leads to dross. Keeping at it leads to gold. I know that's a little corny, but it's true. You're going through tough stuff and, you don't want to get out of bed or you don't want to come here one more time or you don't want to count one more calorie, but, and it feels like a fiery trial. And if you keep pushing through that, you're going to like what comes out in the end. And so a way that would apply that here, changing your grip. Say you're not the kind of person, a gym environment just doesn't work for you. And that's totally fine. I love it here. and I love the people and the camaraderie. Maybe you're more solitary, maybe a treadmill and, you know, some weights at home or something works for you. Maybe you want to try lots of different things and kind of experiment. Maybe you like to go roller skating or rollerblading. Oops, I dated myself there, roller skating. Go rollerblading around the park. Maybe meet with a friend, right? If you've been trying to get yourself out of the house to do it, maybe you call up a friend and say, hey, let's go and we'll do it together. Because, you know, if one person's waiting, you're going to drag yourself out of bed to go and do it. Or maybe the morning doesn't work for you at all. Maybe the nighttime does. Maybe the evening does. Maybe it works better when hubby's home and, you know, now you can go and spend an hour or so to yourself working out or something like that. But it's changing your grip, not changing the goal. The goal is still to lose weight. And, you know, when I started this, I thought, you know, well, it's not going to take me that long to get back in shape. Well, like I've talked about before, I'm changing my character. I'm changing who I am and how I look at things, and how I think about things. And that's going to take a long time. And I think it's much more realistic to say it's going to take a while, but I'm going to keep working at it. I've changed my goal, but I haven't changed my goal, but I've changed my grip of how I think I'm going to get there and how quickly I think I'm going to get there too. I've changed that. And I'm just going to keep working until I meet it. This is part of me that needs something that needs to change, and I'm not going to stop doing it. So, encourage you guys, hang in there. Feel free to like and share these videos. I'd love subscribers when we get on YouTube and stuff. And if you have questions or comments or additional thoughts about what I've said, or you've seen how that has affected you and stuff, post them below. I'd love to talk to you and interact, and it's a whole new area of life. Athletic fitness for me, my goodness, my gym teacher would be so surprised. But anyways, thanks you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.